the channel. I'm Mr. Giggles, and this month it's Spooky Month. So sit back, relax, and get spooked.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts, and I watched You're Next with the tagline, "Did you remember to lock your door?" No, because I'm home. And you can't open my door without a key from the outside, so not necessary. Nice thing, see. If you want to know where I got these, I have an unboxing video that explains it, Punk Youth. I have, different ones to, so check out that video. And sorry that I didn't drop a video yesterday. I have also a video dropped yesterday, but I couldn't bring out a movie or Blackadder, even though I really wanted to watch those movies. Too bad, so sad. Before we start, I have a horror movie theory. If somebody is killed off, somebody's being murdered in the first 5 minutes, usually, like not always, but usually, it's gonna be a good movie. And in this movie, in the first 5 minutes, the first people were killed. And what's my theory, right? You have to wait a bit, because we're gonna start with the movie. The door is slightly open, just on a crack. The door is cracked open. And we see some movement inside. And a lot of bed squeaking, So, now you can guess what happened inside, Then we went inside and, yep, missionary. We have a kind of maybe a side shot, we just hear him finish, and then we have maybe a above shot, and she looks really not satisfied at all, just an "why am I here" face, and then he rolls off. Then we have a side shot, a bit closer, but we're on his side of the bed, and we see him get up, and we see her close up of her laying in bed. The camera did move from the side, but anyway, he gets up. He says, "I'm gonna get a shower," or taking a shower, whatever. He's going to get a shower. Take a shower. Anyway, so her, and she looks, looking off. Well, she's looking over, but we're gonna leave that, because go watch the movie yourself if you want to know what's gonna happen next. We see a couple, well, not a young couple, but 35 year married, 35 years of marriage. They're married. They're married 35 years. That kind of couple. And they're driving up to their secluded house. Rich. And they drive by the neighbor's house and they see the car outside, and he says, well, they talk a bit. So they drive to the house, and inside, the father, the husband, he was downstairs lighting the furnace, and the wife, the mother, because they have children, right. So the mother, she was in the dining room, and there was a chandelier, hanging above the table. I remember this scene, this thing, there was, stomp on the second floor, and the chandelier moved a bit, and she looked. And then the husband came back, and he said, I lit the furnace, or the furnace is lit, or something like that. He came back, and then she asked, were you just upstairs? No, I was downstairs in the basement lighting the furnace, or something like that. And she immediately went from, oh, we have to get out of here. But he was like, no, let's go upstairs and take a look. Well, okay, you give me the keys, I go outside to the car. Well, I can drive somehow, but I don't know if she can drive, because the husband drove when they were going to the house. So I don't know if she can drive. So let's say she can drive. So you give her the keys. You give her 5 minutes to wait. If you're not back in 5 minutes, she's gone. Sounds reasonable, right? Now he went upstairs with a blunt weapon, and he was looking upstairs, and then suddenly his son was also upstairs, and he asked for, why is mom crying downstairs, and then they looked in every room. Yes, looked in every room, not in the closets, just the rooms. But this is also always a stupid part, They weren't expecting somebody yet at the house, because the children were about to come later, So if you hear somebody upstairs, and you two are downstairs, you're next to each other, you don't go upstairs for, hello? You think someone is gonna answer, yeah, hello, I'm here in the bedroom, come here, come. No, of course not. They're gonna hide. Like this person did. They were hiding probably in the closet, where they didn't look in, because they were only looking in the fucking rooms. Right. Smart. Well, and that definitely came back to bite them. Around the 25-minute mark, we suddenly had that scene again, where she came, she was in the dining room, where, the upstairs, and husband came for, I lit the furnace in the basement. When that scene came again, I thought, wait, what? But is that normal? Because I have never seen this movie. So if you have seen this movie in the theaters, 2013, when this one came out, is that normal? Because it happened again at 50-minute mark. Well, not that scene, but a different scene where the surviving girl, the surviving woman, and her hubby were, in the bed. Where he said, "Oh yeah, don't do that so hard." She sat down on it, a bit hard. It can be 100 years old, stuff like that. I don't know exactly what he said, but something like that. But that scene came again at the 50-minute mark. So is that normal? Because I don't know. I don't think so. Because why? So I don't know if that is normal or not, but it happened. I thought there were two of them. Two killers like Scream. No. More. How many are there? 4? 5? I don't know. I didn't count them. But apparently, Crispin. Crispin was the husband that said, "Oh yeah, this 100-year-old bed." Crispin's brother, I don't know what his name is again. Suddenly we came to find out he was one of them that hired those guys. But luckily he got a blender to that. Well, what's her name? I can't remember her name. But, surviving woman, let's go SW, surviving woman. This, the SW, she had, she picked up the blender, she the blender with glass, she smacked it to his head. And then, she had the blender again. The glass already broken, so now it's the blender part. So, bam! So on his head, on his head, and then plug it in, and she blendered his head while he was still alive. That's a way to go. Gee, that's one that I haven't seen yet in the movie. So nice one, very unique. Well, I haven't seen it in the movies before, and maybe if I've seen it, in a movie before 2030, then it's, but still, very original. I like it. And then she killed also, his girlfriend Z. What the fuck is that for name? Z. Z-E-E. Z. Or, if you would pronounce it in Dutch, with Z-E-E, you get zee, which means sea, the sea, the ocean, the sea, zee. Oh. Sea, what the fuck is that for kind of name? It's the same as if you call your child Precious Mercedes. Lexus. Dude, why are you naming them after cars? It's kind of weird. In my opinion, it's kind of weird, you know. And then one of the biggest betrayals came. You know, because before he got blundered, you know, he gave the crossbow to Z, and she went, you know, inside while he went to the car, you know, and turned off the blocking, you know, the cell phone blocking thingy, you know. How do we call this again? You know what I mean, you know. They turn it on and you can't call anybody, you know, the reception is gone. It's just the point of my tongue, but I can't think of it. You know what I mean, you know, that thing, you know, he turned it off, and then, you know, after he got killed, he was killed, and then she was killed. You know, she survived SW, you know, she sat down between between them, you know, in the kitchen on the floor, and then the phone rang in his pocket. So she picked it up, you know, she pulled it out of his pocket, picked it up, didn't say anything, and we heard somebody talking on the other side. It was Crispin, her husband, or boyfriend, whatever. I don't know if they were married, but it was Crispin. He was in on it. But don't worry, he got something that he didn't expect. Knife to the neck and knife to the eye. But when we're talking about stabbing, there was also a scene in here where the blender dude, you know, that got his head blendered, the brother of Crispin, one of the brothers, you know, he killed his other brother. He had to kill his other brother by stabbing him. But, you know, he took a screwdriver, stab, another stab, another stab, another stab. I think he stabbed him 5 times with 5 different screwdrivers, all still inside him, you know. He thought, why won't you die? It's so hard for me to do already. Really? It's hard for you, how about for him? You know, he is dying. But that was also, see, for Jesus, right? But just next one, next one, next one. That was also something that, yeah, that was something. But was my theory right? You know, if somebody is killed in the first 5 minutes on screen, is it a good movie then? Yes, in this case, yes it was. It was a very good movie and I really enjoyed it. I will definitely give this movie a high for low 5. I can't wait for the next movies that maybe gets a kill in the first 5 movies. If they don't get a kill in the first 5 minutes, you know, my theory, you know, don't apply. I can't apply it to that one, so I don't know. We just have to wait and, you know, watch the whole movie. But yeah. But for this one, my theory was correct. I probably said it before on the channel too, you know, for in the first 5 minutes, you know, somebody gets killed, it's usually a good movie. Well, in this case, it definitely was. So go watch this movie yourself, leave likes, recommend the good. Well, unknown assailant movie, you know, just a mysterious killers, because these all also were masks, like the movie Hush, or something like that. Yeah, I recommend a movie like that. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to my second channel, Underdog Eats, where we do food drinks every week. I dropped a video today. Tomorrow we're gonna do food video. Also from time to time I do hot sauce and alcohol on the channel. Not always, but you know, from time to time, some hot sauce and some alcohol. I still have 2 hot sauce that I have to try, so, and 1 that I still have to upload. So, you know, we have some videos, so check it out. Or my third channel, Underdog Reacts, where we do primarily music. Link down below in the description. Check it out. You know, maybe you like it, maybe you don't. You know, you don't have to subscribe, but you know, would be nice. Would be nice. And you know, lots of videos to see. So check it out. That said, I'm gonna leave that, and I'll see you guys later for Blackadder. Finally, season 3, episode 4. We're this close on the end. Well, we're now on halfway through the 3rd season. We have still 1.5 season to watch. No, the other half of this season, and then the 4th season, and then we're going to Adventure Time Fiona and Cake season 2. Season 2, because it came out today. So after we finish Blackadder, we're gonna go to Adventure Time Fiona Cake. We did the 1st season already on channel. Look through my playlists and you will find the 1st season. Oh, I can't wait. I'm probably gonna watch, you know, the 1st season again on my own and then start with the 2nd season. I really can't wait. It's gonna be a lot of fun. That said, I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'll see you guys next time for Blackadder season 3 episode 4. Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Blair Witch Project. Yes, the Blair Witch Project. Haven't seen the movie yet. I know the reference in Scary Movie to, you know, that movie, but that's it. And I know it's Cam Held, but that's it. I'm very curious. Is it as good as people say that it is, or does people say that it's bad? Can't remember, but you know, don't care. I'm gonna find out myself by watching it tomorrow. So if you want to see my review for that one, you know, just have to wait a day. But subscribe to the channel, because otherwise you don't know when I'm dropping it. But that's it. I'm gonna leave that and see you guys next time. Bye.